Hi, I'm Melanie from Nova Scotia, Canada, and this is Adventures in Groceryland. We are on week 3 of no firm budget. We are just we've been doing challenges for on and off for so long that we're just kind of trying to figure out where would we naturally sit if we weren't following a strict budget. And I'll be honest, it's a little higher than what I was thinking, so perhaps the strict guidelines are good for me. Our first week we were at about $85, our second week at about $75, and this week we are hitting around $90. We are still eating a lot of colder or no cook, specifically lunches for sure, meals, just because the weather here is a bit crazy. It's sunny today and that's nice, but it's probably the first time that we've had some real nice sun in quite a while. We keep flip-flopping back and forth between heavy downpour rains, moderate rains, or just gray skies with so much moisture in the air. Anyways, check out what I was able to get this week. Oh my gosh, how fun is this? Regular $20.99 on for $8.99. A little charcuterie selection. If I redeem 1,000 scene points for $10, I could get this and maybe something else to go with it, something fun. I'm looking at some of these fancy goat cheeses for charcuterie boards, and I see this little cranberry goat cheese, and it just looks like there's some kind of cranberry preserves on top of it, and I just made that cranberry pepper jelly, and then I see down here, and I've already got one, these ones are $2 off, and I could put the cranberry jelly on top of it and make it fancy. Just a thought. I'm currently sitting at $81.44 for the week. I have asked my sister to pick me up something at Costco. She's heading in there today. And if she's able to get that, it will be $7.99, and that will bring me up to right around the $90 mark. I shopped at Atlantic Superstore, Giant Tiger, Sobeys, and if she's able to get my item, also Costco. Let's take a look at what I got. The Handsome one had some really good special offers this week, exclusive to his card number. He had PC chips for $1.99. He had 4 pounds of Farmers Market apples for $5.99. 3 English cucumbers for $2.99. Flyer special this week, blueberries for $2.99 for a pint. And I also picked up this sausage for on a charcuterie board for $2.54. At Giant Tiger, the bananas were marked down to $1.35, and I already ate one of those. We had it in a smoothie last week. The mushrooms were $1.97. The bagels were $2.97, and I've already eaten a couple of those, and I couldn't remember exactly how much the relish was, and I couldn't find my receipt, so I looked up on my bank statement, and I paid $7.76 total for there. So just kind of backtracking, that makes the relish under $2. I also shopped at Sobeys. They had butter on sale this week for $4.99, so I did a little stock up on that. I bought some Kaiser rolls, marked down to $2.49. Hamburger buns for $3.29, and I know I could have gotten these cheaper if I would have went to Lawton's, but that day I just didn't have the time, so I could have gotten them for $2.50. And when you're thinking 75 cents difference, another stop, I was pressed for time, this was fine, $3.29 for some hamburger buns. I paid 99 cents each for the kiwi. I paid $2.99 for the spinach. I paid $6.99 for this charcuterie trio. It was on sale. So as you can tell, I kind of have charcuterie on the brain. We did a charcuterie board last week. We haven't had one in quite a while, and we were making them quite frequently last summer. Really actually pretty pleased to get back into that kind of routine. We both really like them, And it is quite hot here, so it's another cooler item. And I also bought this. I wasn't planning on getting this. I bought this garlic pepperoni, $11.58 with a $5 off sticker. And this will also be great for on charcuterie boards. So that brought that price down to $6.58 for the pepperoni. I did a hack. I got a bunch of specialty granola bars. It ended up costing $12.92. I question that granola bars have tax on them. But whatever, it is what it is. I have no control over what's taxed and what's not. So $12.92 with my hack. And I got 40 granola bars. And what's exciting to me is these ones are specialty flavors. And I was actually able to go through and pick the ones that I wanted. So that's kind of exciting. And now that was it. Those were my groceries. And then I had a little secondary trip where I had to pop into Stobies. And they had these. So we love charcuterie boards. And this was $20.99, marked down to $8.99. Has in it cheese, 2 different kinds of meats, olives. Those are dark chocolate covered cranberries, and it has the crackers. So $8.99. And I was thinking, geez, if I redeem 1,000 scene points, I could also get something else fun for a little charcuterie board. And then I saw this fig goat cheese, and it was marked down to $3.99. And I'm going to use the cranberry pepper jelly that I made 2 weeks ago to go with this. I think this will be fun. And that worked out to a total of $2.98 for those 2 items. Like if you're redeeming 1,000 scene points for $10. So that's fun. I'm often like, what do I redeem my scene points for? What do I redeem my PC Optimum points for? And sometimes I just want to redeem them for some fun things and not grocery staples. It's been super hot. We've been working really hard, painting, flooring, doing all of that really hot and not fun work this time of year. And it's really nice to be able to work hard to save points, be clever and save points, but then redeem them for some fun things. I am using up a variety of different things that I have in the fridge, little bits of leftovers, and I am going to make wraps for lunch today. This is the leftover ham salad, leftover shredded beets, leftover couscous, part of a tomato, lettuce. So I'm going to merge all of this together. I might do some grated cheese. If I dig around in the fridge, there might be other treasures that I can put into this. And I actually said to the handsome one, I'm using up a bunch of leftovers. I'm making some wraps. Don't say anything. Don't argue me with the stuff that's going in it. And he said, well, I will if I don't like any of the things. He looked at these things and he's like, okay, yeah, those things are all fine. Okay, well, good, because they're all going in there. I threw in a little bit of diced pepper as well, and that used up the last of a pepper that was in the fridge. So this is really great as a fridge cleanup. I only used a small amount of the couscous. There's still some of that left, but everything else, it's great to get it out of there. Wraps for lunch again today. I got these ribs last week, and I was actually really excited. We haven't had ribs in a long time. And it's just been way too hot to really have the oven on for that extended amount of time. So what I decided to do today, we are going to throw these in the crock pot on high. We are going to have them for supper tonight with some steamed cauliflower and either barbecued or roasted asparagus. Exciting. So I just used the rest of a cheap, so this is back from the challenge, cheap bottle of barbecue sauce. There was about 3/4 of this in there. I have water in here now to rinse and get everything out of the bottle. I'm going to dump that in here, and then I'm going to whisk in some Smoky Mojo to just add a little bit of extra to the ribs. And keep in mind, I know this is pretty thin, but there's already barbecue sauce in with the ribs. I'm just going to stir this in with it. Recipe actually said to add a little bit of vinegar, so I might do that as well, maybe a tablespoon. This is a good stir to get everything all mixed up together. I'll just put this on high. I have my asparagus spread out on the tray here. I used this. This is a pump spray bottle. So I got this, I don't know, years ago. I think this one's from Pampered Chef. Fill the bottle with olive oil to here, pump the lid, creates pressure, so it sprays out like an aerosol. I was able to spray that on, and then I put some diced garlic, sprinkled a little bit of lemon juice, put a little bit of sprinkling of lemon dilly, and we are going to bake this in the oven. I'm going to keep my eye on it and then take them out, flip them, and put them back in a little bit longer. Slow cooker ribs, roasted asparagus, and steamed cauliflower with cheese. There's enough leftovers, there's enough ribs left, I should say, for another meal of ribs. We won't have them tomorrow night, but we'll have them the next night. We'll mix up the sides and it'll be like a whole new meal. For lunch today, we are having raspberry banana smoothies with spinach. Looks yummy. Shoot, I forgot to take the video before I drank it. Whoops. Sandwiches all ready for lunch. Today I am making bumbleberry smoothies. I used the absolute last of the freezer jam. The handsome one tells me there's no more left downstairs. Blueberries, raspberries, and I've been using spinach, and I've been totally forgetting that I had Swiss chard in the garden, and this works great in smoothies. So I'm going to add this great big stock into this bumbleberry smoothie. Okay, let's check this out. Put the lid on and make sure that's closed. These look really, really good. Can't wait. I was trying to think of something simple to go with the ribs tonight. We'd been thinking French fries, but we don't have any. So I was digging around in the freezer and I found this. It's a bag of pasta. So like it was fresh pasta that I got out of a flash food box a long time ago and it's still in the freezer. So I'm going to make a little bit of this and perhaps just throw an Alfredo sauce on it. I was looking in my open packages to see if I had an Alfredo where I might have used just half. What I found was roasted garlic and Parmesan, urban mushroom, and this is a queso blanco. And I was just kind of thinking, I wonder if there's a way that I could use one of these or some of these to create a sauce instead of a dip that could go on the fettuccine. I had about 1/3 of a bag of frozen broccoli, and it is the kind from Walmart, which means it's much smaller pieces. So I dumped that in with the noodles. I thought that that would be a nice addition of veggies. This is the sauce that I am making. So I put in it the queso. I put in it the mushroom. I used a tiny bit of cream cheese and a tiny bit of mayo. That's what the dips call for, cream cheese and mayo. But the queso calls for milk and grated cheese. So I had a very small amount of cream left from a couple weeks ago. And I grated a little teeny bit of cream cheese, or of just regular cheese in here. And this is looking pretty good as a sauce. It's not super thin, it's not super thick, just right. so hopefully it tastes good. The leftover ribs and pasta with a creamy sauce, no real name for that sauce, with broccoli. Okay, I am at Kent Building Supplies. I came in to get some paint because of the renovations, and I walked past this on my way in, and I'm still so surprised. So all onions and scallions, 5 for $1, and these are like the little, so this is an onion set, and these grow really well. We love onions. I can container plant these, so I'm gonna pick some of this, definitely a bunch of the scallions up. And even though we're in July now, potatoes are, I'm going to think about the potatoes. I'm not sure about that, but you can plant potatoes in July and have a fall harvest. So, unsure about the potatoes, but I'm definitely getting some onions. Woo! The heat continues to be gross, so we are doing lunch in the microwave so I don't have to have anything hot on. So I've just got the leftover nacho chips here. I threw in a little bit of grated cheese, a little bit of pepperoni, some mushrooms, and some jalapenos. 45 seconds in the microwave and served with a little homemade salsa. We had some steaks in the freezer, so we are going to put those on the barbecue. We are going to do onions and mushrooms. We've got them in tin foil here. We'll wrap that up. You can see the butter on the top. And we are going to have baked potatoes as well. When we do baked potatoes on the barbecue, the very first thing we do is put them in the microwave. It partially cooks them first, and we like them a lot better like that. We are going to try the asparagus on the barbecue tonight. I'm going to wrap it up in the tin foil, garlic, butter, and I threw little spices in there. I am getting everything plated up. These are chives that are growing in my garden. These are perennial. They come back every year. And I am just going to cut these up on top of the baked potatoes. Steaks, baked potatoes with cheese, bacon bits, and chives, and asparagus. Tomatoes, cucumber, and radish for lunch today, seasoned with a little salt and pepper. I am going to prepare this specialty charcuterie board for supper tonight. I'm going to cut up a little bit of the pepperoni to go with it. I am going to use half of this goat cheese, and this is cranberry pepper jelly that I just made 2 weeks ago. And this is the last remnants of, I think, just pepper jelly. Geez, the fridge is awfully cold. I'm going to get some more crackers than what comes in this, and we'll get this all organized. Okay, so first thing I did is I moved the cheese just into half. I took half of the goat cheese and I covered it in the cranberry pepper jelly. I moved the meat into half so that I could put some pepperoni. And same here, I moved the meat into half so that I could put some kiwi. I cut each of the olives in half just so that there'd be a little more of them. And I put in a little bit of pickles that we cut up. Now the only pickles we had were sliced pickles, so it is what it is. And then here I added the white chocolate. I broke the crackers and organized them here and added in a couple other kinds that we had. I'm pretty excited about this. This looks really good and fancy. There was quite a lot of the sauce left when we had the pasta out of the freezer the other night. So I decided just to cook up the rest of that pasta for lunch today. And that will use up the sauce as well. And 2 things gone. The leftover container from the fridge and the frozen pasta from the freezer. Topped with some bacon bits and black pepper. Supper tonight is going to be chicken burgers, potato salad, and garden salad. And I just wanted to show that I'm trying to keep the cooking in the kitchen, everything all at the same time. I boiled some potatoes and some eggs for potato salad. I boiled some extra that's at the same time. That's either going to end up as deviled eggs or as egg salad sandwiches. And I've got some radishes, tomato, and cucumber to go with the salad. Chicken burgers, potato salad, and garden salad. I topped my salad with some everything bagel. My sister was able to pick up my item at Costco. It was pretzel crisps. 737 grams for $7.99. And I am going to do a little price comparison, size-wise and price-wise, to what's in the grocery store. I'm here at Sobeys. I purchased a bag of these last week at Costco, and you could see them on, I guess it would be 2 weeks ago now, and I paid $7.99, and I said that you could get them in the grocery store, 200 grams, on for $5.49. For lunch today, I am going to make some egg salad sandwiches. We'll give this a bit of a stir. A little bit more mayo. Egg salad on Kaiser rolls. We are having hamburgers for supper tonight. These are some of the jalapeno burgers that we had. This is quite a bit of bun for those burgers, but I just wanted to get them used up. They're not lasting well, and just the hamburger buns are, so there's that. And the handsome one wanted to make some aioli for on his burger, and he's using this. A little bit more than what he intended fell into the jar. He's probably going to die because it's so hot. I found it extremely hot anyways, and I'm definitely not having any of that on my burger. I'm just going to have like ketchup and relish and mustard and, you know, those kind of things. It was really quite a lot of bun, so I cut a little bit extra off of that just to have a little less bun. Jalapeno burgers, potato salad, sliced cucumbers, and tomatoes. Thanks so much for watching this week. If you haven't already subscribed to the channel, I would appreciate it if you would do so. Leave your comments, share the videos, let me know where you're watching from, what your regular prices are compared to our prices here, what the sale prices that you see me getting, how those compare to your sale prices where you're located, and have a great weekend.